Hello, my dear students. Myself, Dr. Pitambar Humne, founder Botany for You, and working as Professor and Head Department of Botany, Dharampet MP Dev Memorial Science College, Nagpur, Maharashtra, India. I welcome you all in this online platform for the students of Life Sciences Botany for You. Friends, if you are new or not yet subscribed our YouTube channel, then kindly like, share, and subscribe our YouTube channel Botany for You. If you want to associate with us through the Telegram group, then the link is given in the description. Through that, you can join the Telegram group and can take the advantage of the different career opportunities in life sciences in India and abroad, as well as the literature assistance in the form of PDF. In our last lecture, we have seen the light reactions, which includes the cyclic and non-cyclic photophosphorylation. And in today's class, we will see the another topic from the photosynthesis, and that is immersion enhancement effect, red drop, and action spectrum. So let's see this today's topic on the photosynthesis and is from the light reactions. When the Robert Emerson and his co-workers, that is Lewis and others, were working on chlorella, which is the green algae, and they were working with the help of monochromatic light. So using this, they were trying to find out the quantum yield of photosynthesis, and this quantum yield is nothing but the amount of oxygen released with respect to the number of photons absorbed. So when they tried to provide the light of different wavelength at a different time, then they found that at one particular wavelength of light, they got a particular quantum or the product of the photosynthesis. In another monochromatic light, that is the wavelength greater than 680 nm. So when they provided such a light, they got another product or the quantum yield of the photosynthesis. So we can say that this is an individual monochromatic light, and this is also the product of individual monochromatic light. This is for the 680 nm wavelength, and this is for the 700 nm or the wavelength of the light. But when they combine both the beams of the light of the two different wavelengths, that is 680 and 700, means the red light and the far red light. So it is expected, say for example, if say here the 10, then 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 and 100. So this is now the 50 quantum. So the when the light is given or the monochromatic light is given for the another wavelength, and it forms the 20 quantums. So the 50 plus 20, it becomes now the 70. So the rate of the photosynthesis must be 70 when both the lights or the both the beam of the light of the different wavelength were given in combination. But they got the total product, and it is more than that of the addition of the two different monochromatic lights. It means that now we got here the 90 quantum of the photosynthetic rate. It means that if we compare the addition, that is the 70, again here there is addition of 20 quantum of the photosynthesis. So this increase in the rate of the photosynthesis when both the beams of the light are used together, then this increase is known as the immersion enhancement effect. And on the name of Robert Emerson, we know this as a immersion enhancement effect. So this increase in the quantum yield of the photosynthesis by utilization of the two combined beams of the different wavelengths, that is 680 and 700, and that is known as the immersion enhancement effect. The second one, that is the red drop. As earlier we have seen, there may be the light or the individual light or the monochromatic light when to be provided for the photosynthesis to the chlorella. Here there is a combination and which result into increase in the rate of the photosynthesis, and the meaning of this enhancement is nothing but to increase, means actually that increased rate of the photosynthesis is considered as a immersion enhancement effect. But at the same time, when these lights which are provided during the photosynthesis is without any supplementary light, so in such a situation the quantum yield will reduces when the frequency or the wavelength of light increases beyond the 680 nm. So it means that here the wavelength longer than 680 is a red region of the visible light. So without any supplementary light, the rate of the photosynthesis here completely declines. So it means that there is a fall in the rate of the photosynthesis. So this fall or the decline in the rate of the photosynthesis is nothing but the drop in the photosynthesis, and hence this drop in the photosynthesis which is carried out when the light wavelength increases, and that is beyond 680 nm, that is in the red region, and hence it is known as the red drop that is given or proposed by the Emerson and the Lewis. The next one, that the discovery of the immersion enhancement effect and the red drop mechanism provide the evidence for the presence of two pigment systems. Earlier we have seen one as a cyclic photophosphorylation and another one that is a non-cyclic photophosphorylation. In cyclic photophosphorylation, there is a reaction center, that is the chlorophyll A P of 700, and in non-cyclic photophosphorylation the chlorophyll A P of 680, and in some plants P of 690 also. Again, in the cyclic there is only formation of the ATP molecules, and in non-cyclic there is a formation of ATP and NADPH2 molecules. Again, the photolysis of water takes place in the non-cyclic photophosphorylation, and it is not takes place or carried out in cyclic photophosphorylation. Again, because of the immersion enhancement effect that we have seen, if the 50 quanta is carried out in the red region of the light, then 20 quantum is carried out in the far red region of the light, and when both, that is the red and the far red light, are used, there is a formation of the 90 quantum of the photosynthesis. It means that here there is an increase of the 20 quantum of the light. It means that there must be the presence of two photosystems or the pigment systems, because here at a one particular wavelength of the light one pigment system work, at another wavelength of the light another pigment system work, but again when both the lights are given at the same time, at that time there is addition of the product, because both again combinedly work for the photosynthesis, and hence because of that there is an increase in the rate of the photosynthesis, that we have considered the immersion enhancement effect. So in the first, that is the PS first, that is the pigment system 1, the reaction center is P of 700, and in pigment system 2 the reaction center is 680, and in some plant we have seen there is a presence of the chlorophyll A 690. Again there is a presence of the chlorophyll A in the pigment system 1, then chlorophyll A of the different wavelength, and the chlorophyll B and the carotenoids. And in the pigment system 2, here there are the presence of the different type of the chlorophylls which has the different absorption spectra, and again chlorophyll B and the carotenoids. Here the basic thing that both these pigment system are operated at the different wavelength of light, and hence it is responsible for the immersion enhancement effect and the red drop. Then the absorption spectrum versus action spectrum. When we are talking about the absorption spectrum, earlier in photosynthetic pigments we have seen the chlorophyll pigments, then carotenoids pigment, and the 5 cobalanes. In chlorophyll A, B, C, D, E, F, bacteriochlorophylls A, B, C, D, E, and bacterioviridin. Then carotene and the xanthophyll and the 3 different 5 cobalanes. It means that these are the different pigments which are responsible to absorb the light at a different wavelength, and hence these different pigments which are involved in the process of the photosynthesis as an antenna pigment or the antenna complex or the accessory pigments other than the chlorophyll A, they absorb these sunlight or the radiant energy at a different wavelength of the light, and hence here the absorption spectrum of these different pigments will be the different in the photosynthetic or the photosynthesis process. So see here the chlorophyll B, this is a graph for the chlorophyll B having its absorption spectrum, and it is maximum nearby 500 nm of the wavelength of light. Again the chlorophyll A is in between the 400 and 500, that is around 450 nm. This is a hypothetical. If the slight increase in the wavelength, maximum absorption was found by the beta carotene. So it means that the chlorophyll A, beta carotene, and the chlorophyll B having the different absorption spectrum, as they absorb the light maximum in the different wavelength of the light. But if we see these different pigments, when absorb the light, they are responsible to transfer this radiant energy or the light energy to the chlorophyll A. So it means that this light energy which is transferred to the chlorophyll A is used for the emission of the electron or to release the electron for the assimilatory power synthesis. Means synthesis of the ATP molecules and synthesis of NADPH2. So the rate of the photosynthesis will be carried out on the basis of this synthesis of the assimilatory power, or in other words on the basis of evolution of number of oxygen molecules. So if we want to find out the rate of the photosynthesis, it means to find out the evolution of the oxygen. So how much oxygen is evolved, that the evolution of the oxygen is directly proportional to the rate of the photosynthesis. It means that here when all the pigments combine together, they are responsible to transfer the light energy to the chlorophyll A, and then this chlorophyll A is involved in the process of the photosynthesis, and such a type of the plot or the photosynthetic rate with respect to the particular wavelength of light, that is known as the action spectrum. So in this way, the absorption spectrum and the action spectrum both are the different things. Absorption spectrum is the ability of the particular pigment to absorb the light of a particular wavelength, and the action spectrum is the rate of the photosynthesis to be carried out at a different wavelength of the light. So friends, thank you very much for listening this lecture completely. I am very much confident and hopeful that this lecture will be helpful to you in preparation of your examinations. If you like this lecture and if it is beneficial to you, then kindly like, share and subscribe our YouTube channel Botany for You. And also press bell icon for the alerts of every lecture to be uploaded on different life sciences titles. And don't forget to join our Telegram group with the link given in the description. Thank you very much.